Hey guys, it's Mandy from Vintage Revivals. I am so excited to share with you one of my brand new projects. For literally months, I have been searching and hunting and thrifting, trying to find a piece that had stacked wood, sort of like a butcher block top. The only thing I have ever been able to find is one of those awesome kitchen tables, you know, the ones with the white legs and the oak butcher block top. Yeah, it's not so cute. Anyways, so I got an email from my friends over at Scotch Blue and they were like, yo Mandy, you want to do a fun project? And I'm like, yeah. And so they sent me some Scotch Blue painter's tape with edge lock and I made my own butcher block desk. It is so cute. I found this desk months and months and months ago. It's actually an old sewing cabinet and I got it for $10 at Utah's version of the Goodwill, the DI, and I fell in love with it. The process that I went through to create the butcher block top is so easy. Everybody can do it. All you need is some painter's tape that has a really good adhesion. This is a Scotch Blue's edge lock and it was perfect for this project. You need a few different colors of stain and that's about it. When I got this sewing cabinet, it was in really rough shape. The varnish on the top was flaking off and nasty. So I sanded it all off so that I had a clean surface to work with. And then I put the base coat down. Now when you are painting lines on something, you need to remember that anything that you cover up with the tape is going to have the base coat underneath it. So if you left the wood just raw, you would just have raw wood underneath. You wouldn't have anything that is stained. So I used a natural stain to bring out the natural color of the wood. And kind of depending on your style, you guys know me, I like stuff that's kind of random and funky. So there was no real rhyme or reason to the way that I striped this desktop. If you want your lines to be perfectly even, spaced, all of that, you're going to need to measure it. But I don't really roll that way, and so I didn't. Once you have your base coat on, you're going to use your tape to tape off the parts that you do not want stained. It's very important to remember. Anything that you tape is not going to be stained. I used 4 different colors of stain. I used natural, dark walnut, ebony, and a provincial oak, possibly. I can't remember exactly. I'll have it on the blog though, so you guys can see. And then I just put my tape down and I stained it. When you're putting your tape down, you want to make sure that you press really hard against it, especially on the edges, because that's what's going to make sure that it's sealed so that it doesn't seep under. One thing that you need to know too that is different about painting stripes with a stain as opposed to using paint. When you tape with a paint, you put your tape up, you paint, and then you peel off the tape while the paint is still wet. And that's what gives you a really clean paint line. Well, when you do it with stain, you do it the opposite. You put your tape on, you seal your edges really well with your fingers to make sure that the tape is pressed down really well, and then you stain it and you let it dry. So you have your stain in between, your tape is there holding your stain in. If you peel your tape off before your stain has a chance to set up, it's going to settle and kind of relax and you're not going to have super crisp lines. So you want to make sure that you give it a chance to set up before you peel the tape off. Then when you're all done with that coat, you peel off your tape and then you tape it again. Don't worry about overlapping. That's what gives you a lot of color variation. My desk looks like I probably used 10 different colors on it and I actually only used 4. So it worked out really well. So you can see just how clean my lines ended up. Isn't that so beautiful? It totally looks like there are just tons of different pieces of wood all pressed together. Thanks again, Scotch Glue, for sending me this awesome product, for giving me the kick in the pants that I needed to get this project finished. And if any of you do a fun project with Scotch Glue, make sure that you send me pictures so that I can post about it on my Facebook wall and everyone can see all of the fun things that you are up to. Love your guts!